hasn't backed it up. There was a couple of events, the Nordic Masters and a Pro Tour last year, but Michael van Gerwen needs to start backing it up. He needs 55. To string a few tournament wins together. And last night, remember, it was just a victory on the Premier League weekly tournament. As impressive as it 59. Was, this would be a statement if he went on and won the UK Open, but a stern test in this fourth round as old rivalries renew.
MVG's won 13 of the last 16 meetings between them. The last time they played, though, was in the first Premier League 58. Event, the first day, if you like, of this year's tournament, which was in Cardiff. And on that occasion, Gary Anderson won it 6-4.
And there, Gary's only 2 points in the Premier League, so whether that will play on Michael van Gerwen's mind remains to be seen. But he had it all his own way just 24 hours ago, dropped 3 legs in 3 matches. He was dominant, so Gary Anderson will be eager not to let him race away with this one. The early part of the match, really important, particularly for Gary Anderson, not going to plan in the Premier League, and not a great draw for him here, but he looked all business on that walk-on. Johnny could barely crack a smile, could he? He was ready to get up there.
He was in the practice room very early today, Gary Anderson. He's been putting the time in, getting himself absolutely mentally right, he'll hope. Van Gerwen with an opportunity here, 150. Can't be done now, so Anderson will come back with 46 to take this opening leg. He's had 15 darts to here. Well,
double 13, yeah, he tidies it there. Gary Anderson, slip into the double 10, but rectified with the double 13, and a good older throw from Gary Anderson. Last night, Michael van Gerwen was getting out the blocks early and getting out in front, breaking people's throw from the word go, and Anderson gets a good hold, gets a foothold in the tie.
Well, he certainly didn't intend 83. That, but it worked out. Gets the double 10 instead of the single 10. He was looking to set it up for double 18. 95. Left himself with double 13 and manages to take it out. Michael van Gerwen last year 85. Lost in the semi-final to Luke Humphries, 11-5, when Luke produced an average of 107.41 in winning that one before going to the final, where he lost to James Wade. There's the first 100 this year for Michael van Gerwen. First 180.
Yeah, Luke Humphries,
42.
Expecting big things from him this year, 92. Particularly maybe in this tournament. He's playing Ian White a bit later on, but he should have beat Michael van Gerwen again
84.
In the Masters Milton Keynes. So keep your eye on Luke Humphries, but van Gerwen will be looking to go 2 better beyond the semi and lift this title.
140.
Gary looking to pick himself up from last year's performance when he was dumped out at the last 64 stage, beaten 10-9 by another Dutchman, Dirk van Dijvenbode. Well, it's now a leg apiece. Van Gerwen settled down with the higher average, but this will make things look better for Gary Anderson. Van Gerwen at this point, early days, but his average up around about 108.
139.
Only 2 legs in, though. It's when you get to the midway stage, a real good gauge of where this game's heading.
99.
Michael van Gerwen and Gary Anderson met in this round, actually, for their only other UK Open encounter. It was back in 2010. Gary
100.
Anderson ran away with that one 9-4. Went on to the final as well. But Gary lost out to Phil Taylor. So who knows, that may be a good omen, but a long time between matches.
There's Gary's first maximum. Last time they met in a straight knockout
98.
Was in
Gary
the
require 101.
big televised tournament, Grand Slam quarterfinals in 2018. Gary Anderson won on that occasion. 101 he required here.
77. Michael
Double 12 would have got it, but now Van Gerwen. Big ask, but it can be done. Not now.
80.
We talk about the little rivalry between the big rivalry between Peter Wright and Gerwin Price. They can jockey for positions world number 1 and 2. Well, a set of results
12
could put Michael van Gerwen potentially
84.
the world number 6 at the conclusion of this event, but that would involve Gary Anderson lifting the title. So Great little sub-Butters game, but an early break. And I said, Gary Anderson, the early parts are important. Should have won that leg. Michael Van Gerwen strikes the first blow, first breaker throw in this round 4 tie.
49.
Shake of the head from Van Gerwen. His overall tournament average last night
38.
in the Premier League in those 3 matches, Michael Van Gerwen over 102. Again, indicative of a really good, solid night's performance. And there again, he's over 100 at this stage.
His first match against Johnny Clayton last night, Johnny, he beat him 6-1 in just over 11 minutes. He was really in the mood. He was barely on stage last night. He cleaned through the pack and became a 4th different winner.
Just going through a bit of a lean spell though, John, isn't he?
He is, and that does happen. He normally puts it right, but yeah, he's got a big test tonight as well. Martin Lukeman, who's playing some of the best starts of his career. He's had a good start here, so that will be tricky for Johnny.
Good match between Nathan Aspinall and Callum Ridge, which is going on board 2. Aspinall leading that one 4-3. We thought that might be a tight match. Ridge, who produced that tremendous performance in that game against Peter Wright in the World Championship, clearly an emerging talent.
He produced a lot of good performances in that World Championship. One of them was a demolition job of his opponent Nathan Aspinall, but Aspinall making a good fist of it here, despite that arm injury.
Anderson can do no more than try and set it up, so Van Gerwen to extend his lead. Double 16 needed. Double 8 for the 2-leg cushion, and there it is.
Michael Van Gerwen.
It's an important leg incoming now. Gary Anderson with the darts. You feel he'll give himself a mountain to climb if he doesn't hold here. If he goes into the first break 4-1 down and 2 breaks a throw, he'll be in a pickle. But he's made a good start to the leg as Gary Anderson.
Fabulous response, second maximum for Van Gerwen. Anderson straight away, his throw under a little bit of pressure,
35.
And that doesn't help one bit.
No, and Michael Van Gerwen has got the throw now. Looking,
100.
He'd be disappointed with that after that first treble, just to find one. Anderson, this is good. He needs the lot, you feel. Great response from Gary Anderson after losing the dart to the floor. Finds a maximum, needs to stay in touch here.
Yeah, this is a big leg, this one.
57.
Absolutely.
Gary,
well, he's got every opportunity now. Van Gerwen on a big finish, but Anderson perhaps with
60.
time. Well, 60 is disappointing.
I was going to say he may come back to the 86. He is going to come back, but he's going to be under some pressure.
103.
Big time.
Gary, you require
needs
86.
to get this. 86 for Gary Anderson. Looking at the 18s, gets the single. And now he has the opportunity of a bullseye, and what a dart! What a time to do that! And Gary Anderson shows that it's so important that Anderson took that leg before the interval. Van Gerwen now with the break of throw. He leads 3-2 and having the darts now as the match resumes.
Yeah, important 5th leg. Just
100.
Back to that Callum Ridge game. When you give the update there, John, it was 4-3 Nathan Aspinall, wasn't it? So a little rally from Callum Ridge, but Gary Anderson here, key that he won that last leg. And losing the dart to the floor, he did well to stay focused. Had Gary Anderson trailed 4-1. The confidence Michael Van Gerwen's got at the minute, you'd have feared for the Flying Scotsman, but only 1 breaker throw in it.
And if he fancies it, as we've seen over the years, if he's in the mood, Anderson 57. Can be a real redoubtable competitor. Lives just down the road from here, Burnham-on-Sea. He'll be going home, sleeping in his 83. Own bed in the evening, relaxing.
Yeah, home comforts. Always an added bonus for Gary Anderson in this event.
90.
He does sometimes, particularly in this one, John, stay down here because the games come thick and fast tomorrow, and it's
134.
Gary Anderson, if he does win here, will be ready to have a tilt at the title because the confidence he'd take from victory.
Long way to go. First to 10 legs to take
97.
This match.
Michael, you require
Van
84.
Gerwen, 84 required to get that lead again. Double 12, looking for the 2-leg cushion, and he gets it with that double 6.
Michael Van Gerwen sends let Gary to throw first.
Pressure back on Gary now. Anderson broken in the third leg of the match, but was at the double first, so not a great deal in it. Only about 8 points in the average as well. I know that say only, but
137.
a few missed doubles has cost Gary Anderson.
Only 2 out of 6 on his doubles so far. There are the averages. Van Gerwen pretty much continuing where he left off last night. There's that 102 average in the Premier League in Exeter, and here tonight at this stage, just about at the same mark, 102.77 at .32 now.
100.
Last one from Gary. They played in this similar format in the Grand Slam in November, and that one was nip and tuck. Michael Van Gerwen pulled away 10-8 in the end. Anderson got a little bit rattled by something in that game, and if he just stayed focused, he put in a real good performance that night in Wolverhampton. And
118. Michael, you require 160.
The speed of Michael Van Gerwen plays, that suits his game as well. He's been clicking to gear. Could have an epic encounter
100.
here.
Well, Gary Anderson, I'm sure,
67.
absolutely determined that he wants to show that he's got a real future in top-class darts. Tops now.
47. Michael, you require 60.
Gary Anderson now misses chances, tops,
Game
and that is the double break, and that is an important moment in this match. Michael Van Gerwen is at the halfway stage.
So first, game on.
And Gary Anderson, who did well to hold on to his throw in the 5th leg of the match, couldn't do it there, missed a chance. And the 2 breaks of throw that have gone Michael
64.
Van Gerwen's way. Gary Anderson's missed chances. Van Gerwen been there to mop up, and he's in a great position here now.
It always used to be the case, didn't it, when everybody who played against Phil Taylor in his pomp, and then you'd know playing against Michael Van Gerwen when he was absolutely in his pomp, you get an opportunity,
96.
you simply have to put it away, and Gary on that occasion wasn't able to do it.
No, particularly early in matches as well, John. You've just got to stay in touch and hope you get a
100.
chance. But the top players, if they get out in front, particularly here, 2 breaks of throw, this could run away from Gary Anderson. Important passage of play coming
98.
up.
Do with picking up a couple of legs before the interval.
60.
I mean, ideally, you'd think get in there at 5-all, but 6-4 would look a lot better than potentially 7-3 or 8-2 even.
139.
On the flip side, Michael Van Gerwen's just saying 2 holds a throw. He's not concerned if Gary holds his. He gets in at 7-3. He's in a great position.
137. Michael,
Well, we'll see now.
104.
104. This for 6-2. 84 required. Looking for treble 16. He's got it.
68.
That would have been
Gary,
the checkout dart.
70.
Anderson here. 20 for tops. Only going to be 1 dart. That's awkward, yeah. You can see he's not happy with that. Just shuffles to the right
30.
and unlucky. But another missed opportunity
36.
for Gary Anderson.
Now does the punishment come. Double 18. Double 9. Anderson
27.
breathes again.
Gary, you require 40.
First real errors in the match from Michael Van Gerwen. Anderson has got to take this opportunity.
Game
That's a good use of the guide. And Anderson gets on those breaks straight back. He's not out of this yet.
Let Gary to throw first. Game
Well,
on.
that keeps his hopes alive. I think it might sound a big call at this stage of the match, but had at that point it gone to 6-2, you'd have really fancied Van Gerwen to be very much in charge as he moved towards the finishing line. Now Anderson will just
58.
think he's still in with a chance, and Van Gerwen, with the door ajar, doesn't get the visit he wanted.
No, that's not writing Gary Anderson off. It's just the level of play we're at. Had Gary Anderson got a 2 breaks of throwing for it, it's a long way back then. These 2 are top level players, and you afford them
60.
that sort of luxury. They generally don't let their opponents back in the match, and Gary Anderson would have known that. That was an important break back. Michael Van Gerwen will still be fairly relaxed about the situation, but
140.
Anderson backing up his 180 with a ton 40. He's already on a finish in this leg.
140. Gary,
124, 6 darts from here to tuck this one away. and feel an awful lot better at 5-4. Not on this particular
92.
visit, but that's a pretty handy setup.
Yeah, that's all he had to do. Well, I say take all he had to do. Not make a mess of it. Just if he didn't take it out, set up the shot, and it's a good leg from Gary Anderson.
Gary, you require 32.
32 for 5-4.
For 5-4, double 16, now double 8. And fours.
Games from the
He
ninth
needed
leg.
that, puts it
Gary
away,
Anderson.
and the gap now is 1.
10th leg, Michael.
No grip of the hands there, Gary Anderson. There's a bit of an issue with grip. He sort of rubbed it on the board as well, and licked his fingers as well, just trying to maybe just rough him up. But good response from Anderson from going 5-2 down.
100.
You said, John, he probably needed to get into the break 6-4 minimum, and he's going to do that now.
Yeah, and he'll still be hoping they can find some glorious
41.
darts, not like that, to make it 5-all. But 6-4 would be a little bit of a result for Anderson from where he was.
100.
And if he does get another break, Gary Anderson, courtesy of winning the bullseye, he becomes slightly favourite for the
96.
match because he'd have the advantage. Look, a long way to go, but it's finally balanced this time. Michael van Gerwen still.
140.
In particular, that's a good visit.
On board 2, meanwhile, it is 6 apiece between Rids and Aspinall. 6 apiece.
100.
Police aren't anywhere near
Michael, you
here. It
require
was 6
161.
apiece. Van Gerwen 161. Even if he'd got that with the trebles, you wouldn't have seen him going for the checkout with the bullseye. But Anderson now, well, he's well adrift. Can he just get something big on here to just get the pressure on?
140.
Ton 40.
Michael,
I
you
guess he's
require
done that.
36.
But double 18 now for Van Gerwen. Is he going to go in at 6-4? He's got 2 good markers.
Games
And there
on
it
the
is.
10th leg.
Van Gerwen gets
Michael
the double
Van
he wants.
Gerwen.
And so goes to the second interval, leading 6-4. Crucially with that break still.
But it could have been worse for Gary
11th
Anderson. Went a
leg,
couple of
Gary
breaks down in that
to
middle
the
session.
first.
Mini
Game
session. 5-2 he trailed, but gets back on track. 6-4. Still only 1 break in it.
91.
A little report, we lost our final qualifier. Yellow class in there to Devon Peterson, Graham Hall.
93.
We lost out to Keane Barry. We saw Keane Barry earlier, John. He was impressive. He's been impressive tonight, averaging just shy of 100. But credit Graham Hall. He's put in some real good performances, and hopefully we see a lot more of him.
Talent though, the young Irishman, isn't he, Barry?
He is, and it's not just young and fearless. It's a good attitude, a good demeanour. No petulance in Keane Barry, and patience. He's willing to wait his turn. He's willing to wait his chance. And you feel his big
100.
chance isn't a million miles away. He's playing some really good darts.
Good to see. He's performed certainly very well today. Michael van Gerwen
122.
trying to move
Gary,
towards
require 170.
victory here. But Anderson with an opportunity on throw, 170. Can't make the most of it. In fact, can't do very much at all.
85.
Needed that bullseye.
Salvaged it, so to speak, with that last dart of the ball.
58.
But that's a bit of a let-off, so
Gary,
Gary will be
require
feeling...
85.
What was edgy now, going for the 85. And he's hanging on, 20 for the ball. Well, double 5, that'll do. That's a good tidy finish from Gary Anderson. And moves back within 1 of Michael van Gerwen yet again.
Hold the throw though, not the break that he needs. Van Gerwen still has this match at the moment where he wants it. If he holds his throw all the way on from here, first to 10 is the victory mark. Van Gerwen would be a big favourite right now.
Well, particularly in this leg now, but 1 break of throw, particularly when you're against the darts, is guaranteeing nothing. Gary Anderson will be confident that he can produce something. He will get a chance against the throw, but he's got to hold up
93.
his end of the bag and hold on to his throw.
Fans of the Asp will want to know on board 2 that he's broken straight back
90.
against Rids. It's now 8 apiece in that match.
Nathan Aspinall, the Asp. Wonder how he came up with that nickname.
100. Michael, you require 132.
Well, 132. He wanted the treble 20 there. So it's just the setup with
74.
that errant first dart. Anderson a long way back.
Yeah, Michael van Gerwen just having too much on his own darts at the minute. Gary Anderson
Michael, you require 58.
had to produce something sooner rather than later, but Michael van Gerwen tops.
18.
Well, now then, is this the shot that may change the game? It might take something like this.
This is the break opportunity that Anderson has to try and take. Great first dart.
Yeah, he had
Second dart just slow. He's checking with the referee. It's not there though.
Did the right thing. The execution wasn't there, but when a dart sits up in the treble 20 like that, particularly when Gary Anderson's throwing, you attack it. But Michael van Gerwen again for 7-5.
Double 10. Just having to work along the hockey and does so beautifully.
Michael van Gerwen.
And again, it's that two-leg margin.
Game on.
Brilliant last dart from Michael van Gerwen, because he can't have seen a great deal of that double 10. Anderson was waiting, hoping for an opportunity, but van Gerwen kept his focus and opens up the two-leg cushion again.
Good little tussle, this one. We thought it would be. A pair of them averaging 94. It's not quite of the wonderful standard of some of their matches in the past, but it is going to go, I think, very, very deep indeed, and Anderson is certainly not out of this.
No, definitely not. And Michael van Gerwen will know that. He'll be disappointed that when he got the double break, I should say, the double breaks, he surrendered one of them straight away.
94.
It's like having the police in the place, isn't it? Anderson 128 when he returns now. Van Gerwen not on a finish. Interesting to see the traffic cones in here tonight. Oh, he needed another one. Not there. A little wry smile, but it's still his to lose.
Yeah, it was okay. He'd have gone to the ball thinking 88 minimum, and he's done that. We saw him earlier at layup. A 1-2-4 and a 32. He's done something similar here. It's very comfortable on throw at the minute, John, isn't it?
It's looking good. And looking good on the double again for Anderson. 6 out of 15 now. And double top serving him well once more.
Is it going to be an error from Michael van Gerwen? Is it going to be a moment of brilliance from Gary Anderson? But Anderson is running out of time. Michael van Gerwen is 3 holes a throw away from booking his place in the draw for the last 32.
60.
Keeps walking up and keeps hitting ton 40s. It's going to make life very, very tough for Gary Anderson. And there's a certainty about van Gerwen.
129.
Anderson already cut adrift in this leg.
140.
Makes a good adjustment there just to stay in touch. But Michael van Gerwen isn't relenting when he's throwing first.
Aspinall and Rids has gone to a deciding leg. Aspinall with the darts, it's 9 apiece. Oh, hello. Now that puts some pressure on that 115.
We're ruling Michael out, Gary out the leg.
Oh, superb! Wonderful, wonderful darts from Michael van Gerwen.
You see that a lot. The 25 first. For the ball can leave top sometimes, but a lot of the players are worried about hitting the second ball. 15. And Michael van Gerwen didn't have a lot of room to get in that second ball, but what a shot.
99.
And 2 legs away now. And Anderson had done well to get back in that leg, John. A 140 and a 180 to get himself down on a finish.
Fabulous checkout, though. Just superb from Michael van Gerwen. And again now he's just 2 legs away from victory.
43.
Anderson's got to find something spectacular at some point, and he's got to do it on the van Gerwen throw.
Paramount.
68.
First job, whole throw here. Otherwise, Anderson's on the brink.
$59.
Well, Anderson moving along comfortably. He seems to be in the driving seat in this particular leg, but that's a loose one.
50.
Well, that is not what he wanted. Now then, can van Gerwen come charging through right now? Ton 40 would be very handy, but it's not to be.
80.
So Anderson just about favourite for this leg, but this visit he's going to have to come down.
91.
Switch to the 17.
Badly needed that, didn't he? Needed that treble there.
Well, that wasn't the best way to go, really, John. Had he hit a single 17, he'd have left 159. Got away with it a little bit there.
59. Gary, you require 135.
So 135, might be using the bull here. And does. Treble 20 he wants for a bullseye now. This would be fabulous from Anderson. Oh, just the wrong side of the wire.
Michael, you require 161.
Great effort. Can Michael Van Gerwen, 54 for the ball. No.
100.
And we've lost
Gary,
a former UK Open
25.
winner. Nathan Aspinall edged out in a deciding leg against Callum Ridds. Had
Double eight.
well.
And Anderson holds his throw, but now he has to find a way to break Van Gerwen. What a cracking match that was between Callum Ridds and Nathan
58.
Aspinall,
and Ridds emerging victorious against his rival once again.
Averages here very similar, both at 94,
100.
but it doesn't take away from the drama. We know these two can play better, but a close encounter and the first sort of slip
100.
that Michael Van Gerwen's made on his opening visit. You were saying, John, he was firing off with 2 treble visits on a regular basis, but is this the opening for Gary Anderson?
Well, it could have
96.
been, but he really needed a little bit more than just the single double. Anderson has his nose ahead, but a big hit from Van Gerwen's coming, and that makes Van Gerwen in a pretty good position once again, unless Anderson can maybe find a maximum or as good as.
135.
That leaves the finish. Is this the leg? Or can Michael Van Gerwen find the answers? He's been doing the majority of the match.
138.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Anderson gets a
170.
break here, the place will go bonkers, but it didn't happen.
98.
Good visit, but Van Gerwen now 68 for the leg.
Key moments these. Michael Van Gerwen's only getting at 1, and it's at tops.
48.
And he can't get it. Opportunity now. Gary Anderson's had to be patient.
72.
The crowd are roaring him on. This could be the moment for him. Treble 16, and now he gets this for tops.
52. Michael, you require
Anderson
20.
has waited and waited, and that was unlucky. But Michael Van Gerwen, a sigh of relief. Can he find his way in? Up to double 5. He gets it. Listen to the roar. That is a roar of relief. Michael Van Gerwen is one away. Brilliant dart at double 5. The pressure is mounting. Anderson needs all 3.
Huge dart, wasn't it, that one? Great response straight away for Anderson, but this is on his throw. He had the opportunity with that 72, couldn't take out the double he needed, came very, very close, but then was punished by Van Gerwen, and that's what darts is about at the highest level, and Anderson's had chances and not just been able to take them.
And was that the moment for Gary Anderson?
134.
Good switch, but Anderson got to make Michael Van Gerwen throw for the match, and he's in a good position to close this leg out. Remember, if Anderson breaks,
42.
he would then have the advantage because he would throw first in the decider. He's got to close this leg out first. This is far from over.
86.
Well, we will see.
Gary,
Anderson 139
139
against 185, so 6 darts from here. 3 disappointing with his first, and then the single 20
43.
and another one, and that is not what he wanted. It's on a 2-dart checkout though.
But it's a poor return from where he was, John,
42.
wasn't it? But Michael's let him off the hook.
Gary, you require
Anderson
96.
to prolong this tie.
96 needed. 76. They could go double 18 for tops. That's what he tried to do.
56. Michael, you require 143.
4-3 to finish the job. He may well do. Treble 17 just falls short. Anderson will return.
95.
To keep the match
Gary, you
alive.
require 40.
Tops for Anderson with Van Gerwen poised on 48. That's a big miss. Double 10. And that's another big miss. Double 5.
35.
Not to be. Is that nerves?
Michael, you require
Was that
48.
a little bit of a twitch? And now it is tops for Van Gerwen for the match, and he takes it out. The win he craved. Anderson hung in there, pushed him all the way. Great old